Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt. We do the beer stuff here. Xmas Eve, a little Christmas Eve beer mail unboxing. Not one, but two. Two beer mail unboxings. This is the first one. This comes courtesy of Victory Brewing Company. Um, this might be the first beer mail I've gotten for Victory. I don't know. I don't remember if I've gotten something from them before. Oddly enough. But yeah, if I don't know how it is for everybody else that does this stuff, but you end up getting cultivated on these lists from breweries, and they kind of send you kind of PR stuff, and at the end they're typically like samples. You want them? Let us know. I tend to ignore them unless they're from a really good brewery, which Victory is. So I was like, okay, pique my interest. But it's what's inside here that has me kind of a little bit excited, but also a little bit reserved. Excited because I don't know, kooky combination. We'll get into it. Anyway, let's dive into this box. This actually landed today on Christmas Eve. Props to FedEx delivering on Christmas Eve on a Sunday, which is just saddening and all the things, whatever. But, it must have come a long way because Fragile, it must be from Italy. It must be Italian. Had to do it. So let's see what we got going on in here. We have a bunch of bottles of beer, which are haphazardly wrapped. I'm not going to lie to you. These are kind of like put in here in a way that I would never, ever wrap beer ever in my life and expect them to actually get somewhere. So I'm beyond amazed if they, you know what? I'm opening them from the bottom, and there is a decent amount of padding here. So yeah, but I get the 4-pack holder with it, or 6-pack holder. Schlablau coffee cake ale. A coffee cake ale. This has piqued my interest. I'm very, very curious about this. Listen, coffee cake is kind of a staple in my house, I won't say the brand because it was not Tasty Cake, which these are branded as, but it started with E and with a S, I believe. But man, it's always been one of my favorite kind of desserts. I don't eat it that often, and a ton of people make it. A lot of mom and pop places make it, and they just have them ready to buy at your local joints and all that kind of fun stuff. So it's something I'm a big fan of. I know it sounds kind of weird, but I'm not a big cake or candy kind of person. In my life, if I'm going to eat something desserty, I'd rather have another steak or something like that. But this really kind of piqued my interest because not that people haven't done kooky mashups of confectionaries before. The first one that comes to mind that I can remember was Voodoo Donut with Rogue. And a bunch of people have done kind of these weird combinations when it comes to kind of desserty stuff and already existing product. But it's Victory. If I'm gonna rattle off, someone says rattle off the 10 best like precision breweries that you know what I mean? As far as just straight up, just like they make good beer and they never make not good beer. Victory's up there, as far as just their pills, just their baseline of beers, the whole nine. They are as old school as the new school as you can get. I think they're in that class of I could be wrong, but I think they're in that class of 88. Like the Victory, the other Pennsylvania one, I don't know why I'm spacing on it right now. But like North Coast Brewing, all those breweries that were that kind of second wave of new school breweries back in the late 80s and early 90s to kind of pop up. And not that they haven't done anything kind of weird and bonkers before, but it's just coffee cake. Coffee cake and Victory is just such a cool combination because, one, I love coffee cake. Two, I think Victory always makes great beer, so they probably are going to make a good coffee cake beer. I would hope so. But we'll give our honest opinion and all that kind of fun stuff. But yeah, I was really, really piqued. What does it say here? This very tasty collaboration between Victory Brewing Company and Tasty Cake puts delicious flavors of Tasty Cake coffee cake into sweet ale with notes of pound cake and cinnamon. So they're probably going to lean in a little bit more cinnamon because I don't think there's a ton of cinnamon in coffee cake. But it's also one of those things where it's kind of like a little bit like, not scary, but just because I like how something tastes in a particular universe doesn't necessarily mean I like it in another universe. And by that I mean I love bananas. I think bananas are fantastic. Don't really like banana flavored stuff, you know? Same thing with cherries, or opposite of cherries. Don't really like cherries, but I like all cherry flavored things. You can kind of go back and forth with that. Love peaches, not a big fan of peach flavored things. Blueberries, love blueberries, not a big fan of blueberry flavored things, you know, and it can jump back and forth. Love oranges, actually love orange flavored things. But there's not a steadfast rule to this. So I'm really just curious about it. So yeah, there you go. I believe this actually came out yesterday. What's today? Sunday, Saturday? I think it came out Friday, actually, the 22nd. At the brewery. I don't know if it's going to be distributed. I would assume so. If they're going to send out usually um, packets like this, press packet stuff out, typically it's something that's going to hit a wider market. But label-wise, it's cool. A little tasty cake truck, a little Victory Jam. So there you go. Got a sixer. I'll share this Christmas stuff. We'll definitely review it and go from there. So we got 2 unboxings to do. This is the first one. Next one's coming up shortly after this, so we'll knock this one off, jump over to that stream, separate one. There'll be some Hill Farmstead that we have coming in. Oh, we have a comment before we go. We have Rod J. chiming in. Cheers, Matt. Nice to you got one from Victory. I've tried to find while I'm in South Jersey this weekend, but no dice. Merry Christmas, buddy. Merry Christmas to you too, Rod. Yeah. Yeah, Victory is just, man, just solid chuggers all around, so we'll see how this sucker fares. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to jump off now. We're going to move on to that other stream, and we'll do another little unboxing from a little bit smaller brewery up Vermont way. So there you go. And Albert Gattulo, if you don't know Albert, he actually does a radio show about beer. Go check it out. If you want to write me at Space on the station, it's based out of New York. Everybody says the release is available till March in parts of their distro areas. So there you go. We get good information from everybody. So there you go. Like I said, popping off this, jumping on the other stream. We'll be over there. Catch you on the flip side. Cheers, y'all.